guys, what's up? It's Brooke. Welcome back to my channel. First of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for 100 subscribers. You have no idea how much it means to me. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and I love you guys. And second of all, for today's video, I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be telling you guys some celebrity conspiracy theories, which I found online, and I found them to be really weird and creepy, and who knows if they're true or not. But just a quick disclaimer before we start, I just want to say I am not throwing any of these celebrities under the bus or trying to hate on them or ruin their image or anything. I support and love all of these artists who I'm talking about today. I don't personally believe in all of these conspiracy theories, but I do think they're really cool and really interesting, so I thought I'd share them with you guys. And without further ado, let's talk about some celebrity conspiracy theories. So the first celebrity I'm going to be talking about is, of course, the one and only Miley Cyrus. So the theory goes that Miley Cyrus was actually killed in 2010 and that she was replaced by a body double. Now, they don't know how she died or what happened to her, but they believe that in 2010 she was killed in some tragic way, and her management wanted to keep Hannah Montana going because they were making a lot of money, so they chose to find a double who looked exactly like Miley Cyrus to play Miley Cyrus. To back up this theory, they said that before 2010 started, Miley Cyrus was this girl who a bunch of little girls looked up to on Disney Channel, and she loved playing that part. She loved being an inspiration for these little girls. She loved being someone who they could look up to, who parents supported and loved. But then her personality did a 360, and as we all know, pictures of her were leaked into the media that were inappropriate, and there were also photos of her and videos of her, I think, doing drugs. So she literally did a 360 and became this pop artist who people looked up to. Hannah Montana was like the biggest person. I know I was like a Hannah Montana fan to the max. And then she completely did a 360 and turned into this girl who no parents wanted their child looking up to and supporting. So a lot of people believe that because Miley Cyrus went from such a quick behavioral switch in 2010 from this nicey nice little girl to this bad girl, people thought that it was a complete different person and came up with this idea that she was killed in 2010 and replaced with a different Miley Cyrus, who was now known as this twerking sensation, sticking her tongue out all the time, and we all know how Miley Cyrus is now. Also, Miley's management team never came out and spoke about these conspiracy theories. They never said that they were fake. They never came out to talk about them and say that this didn't actually happen. So a lot of people believe that they are hiding the fact that Miley Cyrus actually did die and that she is being replaced by somebody else who shaved their head and is twerking and apparently is not Miley Cyrus. The second conspiracy theory I'm going to be talking about has to do with Katy Perry and this girl named JonBenét. I also just want to say no disrespect to the parents or the passing of JonBenét. I honestly feel so bad. When I watched the television episode about JonBenét Ramsey, I literally was just hysterically crying. Like, I just feel so heartbroken for this little girl who never got any justice. So this is not to demean her passing or anything. This is just some conspiracy theories I'm reading for fun that I found online. So the theory has it that Katy Perry is actually JonBenét Ramsey. Now, for those of you who don't know who JonBenét Ramsey is, she was this little 6-year-old girl. She was a pageant beauty star. She was beautiful. She was on her rise to fame, and all of a sudden, at 6 years old, she was killed and her body was found in the basement of her house. So this case is still unsolved today, and while the case was being investigated, a lot of people thought that JonBenét's parents had killed her, and a lot of people also thought that her brother killed her, but there was never any evidence or proof to really prove that they killed the daughter, so the case went unsolved. But now there's a theory that JonBenét Ramsey was actually not killed, and that Katy Perry is actually JonBenét. So a lot of people believe this theory because they say Katy Perry and JonBenét look exactly alike. I'm gonna actually insert a photo and you guys can see people are saying that their eyebrows are almost identical. They have the same blue eyes, they have the same facial structures, and so many people believed that Katy Perry and JonBenét Ramsey looked so much alike that it was impossible for them not to be the same person. They also say that JonBenét's parents look very similar to Katy Perry's parents, which is really creepy if you think about it. So people try to debunk this theory by saying that Katy Perry was born in October of 1984, while JonBenét Ramsey was born in December of 1990. But people believe that they're so strikingly similar that this is impossible and that this is all just a lie and that she actually is just Katy Perry. So the next person I'm going to be talking about is Taylor Swift. Now, the theory goes that Taylor Swift is actually a part of some Satanist movement. So there's a girl named Zena Levy who is actually a Satanist, and she is the daughter and founder of this Church of Satan, and she was the church's high priestess from 1985 to 1990. Now, a lot of people believe that Taylor Swift actually is related to Zena Levy. One theory has it that Taylor Swift is actually Zena's daughter because they look so strikingly alike. They both have blonde hair, they wear these bright red lips, and a lot of people say that they just look exactly alike. Now, because Zena is alive, they can't claim that Taylor Swift is Zena, but because she is such a powerful being, another theory people believe is that Taylor Swift was actually given the DNA of Zena. So if anything happened to Zena, she would still be alive somehow in someone's body, and they believe that the clone of Zena is actually Taylor Swift. And they back this theory up by saying that a lot of Taylor Swift's music is actually dark and talking about revenge, and then in her Blank Space video, she's actually murdering men. So a lot of people actually believe that she is a clone who is spreading Satanism through her music. So the fourth conspiracy theory I am going to be talking about is Michael Jackson. So everybody knows that Michael Jackson passed away in 2009 from what seemed to be an overdose. Well, there's two theories surrounding Michael Jackson. So one theory is that Michael Jackson actually faked his death to get out of bankruptcy. During that time, Michael Jackson was in debt, and people think that he actually faked his death in order to bring up sales and gain money so he can get himself out of debt. And a lot of people have actually claimed to have seen Michael Jackson places. There was one YouTuber who made a video talking about how at a vending machine he thinks he bumped into Michael Jackson, and Michael Jackson said sorry to him and it sounded just like Michael Jackson. There's also a website dedicated to people who have seen Michael Jackson. In 2010 it claims that they saw him in Stockholm, and in 2014 it said they found him at Perth Hotel. So there have been a lot of sightings of Michael Jackson and reasons why people believe that he's still alive today. There was also recently a photo that Paris Jackson released on her Instagram of a selfie of her where people say she's in her car and they can see Michael Jackson in the background very slightly. I'll also insert the picture for you guys to see. So apparently they think they see Michael Jackson in this photo. Another woman was saying that she thinks that Michael Jackson's death was fake because his dead body didn't even look like a dead body. They said it looked like a wax figure, and when it was being lifted into the helicopter, it just looked like a surfboard. It didn't even look like a body. So a lot of people believe that Michael Jackson is still alive today and just faked his death to get out of debt. So another theory about Michael Jackson is people believe that Michael Jackson actually died in 2007 and that he had a body double. A lot of people believe this theory because there was one performance Michael Jackson had where he came 90 minutes late to the performance at O2 Arena, and then once he got there, he was not really acting like himself, and when he was walking off stage, people said that he was walking in an unrecognized way. People said he seemed unfamiliar and not like the Michael Jackson they knew, that he looked way too tall to be Michael Jackson, and that his fingers were actually stumpier than Michael Jackson's. I don't know how people came about this theory claiming that his fingers were stumpier. I don't even know how they could tell that from being on a stage, but I mean, I guess his fingers were fatter, so that means Michael Jackson actually wasn't Michael Jackson in 2007. And for my final conspiracy theory, I am going to be talking about the one, the only Avril Lavigne. I feel like this is a more popular theory that some people may know about, but for those of you who don't know about it, I am going to be talking about it. So a lot of people believe that somewhere in the 2000s, Avril Lavigne was actually killed and that a body double stood in for her. They believed a girl named Melissa Vandella was actually pretending to be Avril Lavigne and that Avril Lavigne actually passed away. There have been claims that Avril Lavigne's nose is different and Avril Lavigne's birthmarks are actually different, which I find really interesting. They also say that she became shorter and she wasn't as tall as the normal Avril Lavigne that people remembered. A lot of people believe this because there was a really quick sudden change in Avril Lavigne's personality. So a lot of people started thinking that this wasn't the real Avril Lavigne and that it was just a stunt double to play Avril Lavigne so that they could keep making money off of her. So the legend has it that there was a lot of pressure on Avril Lavigne with music and her album Let Go being released, becoming very successful, and her grandfather actually passed away tragically, and they said that all of this stress was just too much for her to handle and that she may have actually committed suicide. And I have seen a lot of videos about this. It is really creepy, like the comparison photos of Avril Lavigne, like before and after of like Avril and Melissa. So I mean, who knows, it could be true. I think she sounds the exact same, but I don't know. So a lot of people actually say they have proof saying that this Melissa girl is really playing Avril Lavigne and that Avril Lavigne did die. And I find it to be really crazy how people have actually found evidence to prove all these theories. But yeah, I personally don't know how I feel about these theories. I just think they're really fun and creepy to listen to. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more conspiracy theory videos, make sure you give this video a thumbs up to let me know, and comment down below what other videos you guys would like me to do. And also make sure you guys hit that subscribe button down below and check out my main channel where I post covers every single Wednesday and Sunday now. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for watching.